Hey guys, what's up? This is Shorib from eGadgets for you, and in this video guys, I have this Samsung Galaxy F41 and it's time to do an honest review of this particular handset. I have been using this particular handset for the past 10 days and I have purchased this device to use as my personal device, and this is no review in it. So the review that I'll be giving in this particular handset is 120% honest review. So without further ado, let's get to it. Now first of all, I should say you that I have actually purchased this particular device of Samsung Galaxy F41 in the big billion day sales from Flipkart. I'll put the buying link in the description as well. You can go ahead and buy from that link. It does help the channel a bit. Anyways, I have actually purchased this particular device for 8,500 rupees. The reason being, I have exchanged the device with my 6-year-old iPhone 6 and have used my SBI card, and I've got a great deal of 8,500 rupees. But for the sake of this video, I should actually give the review based on the true pricing of this particular handset currently, which is 15,500 rupees. That being said, the 64 gigs variant is priced at 15,500 rupees, and this is my actually you can say my recommendations to you. If you are planning to go ahead and purchase this particular device, go ahead and purchase a 64GB variant only, because it has a dedicated micro SD card slot and it supports up to 512 gigs. So plenty of spaces in the memory department, and you're not skimped for spaces whatsoever. Now, starting off with the Samsung Galaxy F41, let's start with the build quality of this particular handset. And as you know, this particular handset is made out of plastic, and let me hear you the sound. As you can see, there is no creaks or quicks or something like that. It's actually pretty well built. Being a plastic handset also, it's very much well built, but it's a shiny plastic at the back with a gradient finish. It's a green color, and you can see it's a black, a gradient texture is there with a greenish to black, but it's a fingerprint magnet. If you can see minutely, I don't know whether my camera is actually capturing the fingerprint magnets and all, but yes, you have to use this particular handset with a case, and I am actually using this particular handset with a case. Now that being said, the buttons over here are also plastic. The volume button and the power on and off button are also plastic, but they actually feel nice to click also. They are tactile, they are good, give you a good click sensation and a good clicking sound also they make. So that way it's a good buttons to use for this particular handset. Now turning your focus from the back to the front, it has a Super AMOLED screen guys, and it's a big deal. Trust me, it's a big deal. The reason I'm saying is this because it's a mid-range handset from Samsung. The Super AMOLED screens, they are actually manufactured by Samsung only, and they're doing it for their own particular handset as well. Now, if you say my primary handset used to be this OnePlus 7 Pro, which has a Super AMOLED screen as well, and also the 90Hz refresh rates and stuff like that. But I must say this, when I have switched from this OnePlus 7 Pro to this Samsung Galaxy F41, I have actually found the display not to be quite different from OnePlus 7 Pro. Barring that 90Hz refresh rate, if I talk about the viewing angles, if I talk about the media consumption through this particular handset, it's an immersive experience. It's a great display, I must say. The Super AMOLED screens actually gives you a punchy colors, good saturation levels, viewing angles are superb in this particular handset from a display perspective. Now, coming to that 90Hz and the 60Hz difference, let me be brutally honest with you. I was actually quite accustomed to the 90Hz screen of the OnePlus 7 Pro over here. Now, whenever I was browsing the net or I was doing my daily day-to-day tasks like chatting with clients through Skype or through WhatsApp, or actually sending updates, writing emails to clients and sending updates, and as you know that I am an app developer, I develop apps in Android and iOS, so I was testing the Android apps that I am developing currently also in this particular device. I actually have not found that big a deal with 60Hz screen. To be brutally honest with you, yes, there were instances when I was scrolling up and down and stuff like that, that smooth animation was lacking, but it's not a deal breaker end of the day. It's nothing that maybe I have not used a 120Hz refresh rate screen as of yet. Maybe if I had switched from a 120Hz to a 60Hz, the difference would be noticeable, much noticeable actually. But since 60 and 90 doesn't make much of a difference in your day-to-day uses of this particular handset. Now, it has a 6.4 inch of screen, and it's powered by a Exynos 9611 chipset. And as you know that the 9611 is a 10 nanometer process chipset. It's not a new chipset, although the handset is new. They have used old chipset over here. But having said that, I have played games like Asphalt 9, Call of Duty. I have used this particular handset for my day-to-day tasks, and day-to-day tasks means writing emails, stuff like that. I have spoken previously also. Actually, it held up pretty well. Yes, if you were being very critical and if you were like seeing with very critical eyes of yours, maybe during Call of Duty, there were certain instances when there were frame drops or stuff like that happening. But on a general, if I say you on a daily gaming basis or day-to-day gaming basis of youngsters and stuff like that, I think it does get your job done. The 6 gigs of RAM actually works wonder for gaming perspective as well, and the 6.4-inch Super AMOLED screen, I must tell you, it's mind-blowing. Now moving when we were in the topic of display, actually let me tell you that it goes to a peak brightness level of 402 nits, and obviously it's pretty bright screen. When you are indoors, it's very bright screen. But when I've used this particular device in a direct sunlight, means in heavy sunlight scenarios, I was able to see the screens minutely. But yes, there were certain instances where I had to like adjust the angle or stuff like that. I had to go to a shadowy place or something like that. I should not say it's the best screen out there for your brighter skins, sunlights and all. The brightness sensors are not that great in this particular handset, but yes, it can get your job done if you are not that much picky actually. Okay, now let us address a big elephant on the room. Now mind you, it's a very big elephant. It has a massive 6000 milliampere of battery, and on my day-to-day usage, I was not able to actually drain the juice out of this battery for 3 working days. Yes guys, a 6000 milliampere battery lasted 3 working days for me. It may vary with your usages as well. If you're a heavy gamer, then maybe close to 2 working days, but that also it's a big deal. 6000 milliampere battery is not a joke. And having said that, it comes with a 15 watt of charger straight out of the box, which they say it's a fast charging supports and blah stuff like that. But the reality is that it takes 3 hours to charge from 10% to 100%. I've actually charged with my OnePlus 7 Pro, the warp charger, 25 watt charger as well. But then also it actually took 3 hours for me to charge this particular Samsung Galaxy F41. Now getting aside the battery aspect of this particular handset, the display, the build quality and stuff like that, now let's get to another most important and a very interesting point of this particular handset is a 3.5mm headphone jack. Yes guys, it's present over here, and the sound output through the earphones is absolutely amazing. It supports Dolby Vision, Dolby Digital also through your earphones, but yes, it does not have a dual speakers without your earphones. It's a single speaker outlet over here only. It's good, it's loud, it's decent, it's good, but it's not the loudest. It's not that, it does not give you that immersive feeling from a hearing perspective as well. But yes, the ringtones are loud enough for you to hear even when you're outside as well. Now, let's get to the most important aspect of any handset nowadays, that is the camera. It sports a 64 megapixel primary camera with a 8 megapixel ultra wide camera with a 5 megapixel depth sensor for your portrait modes and a 32 megapixel selfie camera as well. Now, before actually telling you about the quality and stuff like that of the camera of this particular handset, let me tell you some important thing that I have noticed over the past 2 years or so. Even my mom uses a smartphone, and when she uses it, she actually takes pictures here and there, and actually whatever may be the outcome of that particular picture, she just goes ahead and straightforwardly shares it to the social media networks as well. Now let me tell you, this is a trend whatsoever. This is a trend with youngsters, with middle-aged persons, with elderly persons, with every person who are using a smartphone nowadays. So the question actually comes that how good of a picture does a Samsung Galaxy F41 takes to share in a social media platforms? Guys, the answer is awesome. Yes, with a good source of light, when you're outdoors, there is ample sunshine and sunlight over there. It takes very good pictures. Now with the ultra wide camera, actually one thing that I have loved with the ultra wide camera of this particular handset is that it actually gives you a bigger depth, a bigger width actually in your picture. Obviously, if you take that picture in your laptop and you zoom it, it may lose a property. It may not, it will lose its property, because 8 megapixel camera in ultra wide camera is not sufficient actually nowadays. But yeah, of course, the fact that the ultra wide sensor is there, and that sensor is pretty much like, it's a very good sensor because it takes a very wide picture, as you can see in the pictures over here as well. Now the portrait mode also works great to a good deal, in good source of light. Even when you're indoors or you're going to a party or to any festival where there's very good source of light, it takes amazing pictures for you to share in the social media platforms. And yes, if you're very much critical of this particular thing, in low light conditions, this handset suffers a lot of noises comes in this particular camera. Also, I don't think it's pretty much that much of a usable camera in very low light conditions. But having said that, in this mid-range section also, you get a dedicated night mode for your back as well as your front camera as well. That is a good deal. You get to use a dedicated night mode in the cameras of this particular handset as well. Yes, the quality of the night mode is not that great. Let me be very honest with you, it's not that great, but at least it gives you the satisfaction that it is there for you to use. Maybe with time they can give you a software update which can actually enhance the night mode a bit more of this particular handset, and you can use a night mode camera as well. Overall, as you can see in the pictures also, in good source of light, this actually shoots good pictures for social media platforms. Obviously, you cannot use it for a professional level photographs and stuff like that. That is not the deal. But the deal with this particular handset is to take good, decent photos, and you can actually share these photos in social media platforms. You get good amount of likes as well. Jokes aside, if you anyways, now let me go to the video aspect of this particular handset. This particular handset supports 4K video recording at 30 frames per second with the front as well as with the back camera. As you can see with the output, with the sample videos shot over here also, it's good. You cannot use it for your professional video stuffs like your YouTubes and stuffs like that. Obviously, you cannot do that. But for your social media handles, you want to take videos, you want to create stories and stuffs like that, it gets your job done, and it gets your job done perfectly because it does shoots good video end of the day with a good source of light. Obviously, it supports in low light conditions as well. But another most important noteworthy thing that I have found in this particular handset, which I actually liked in the sense that in this particular price point, you get a slow-mo feature with the back camera as well. As you can see in this particular video that I'm playing over here as well, I don't want to go into the quality of this particular photo long, but I am happy with the fact that I get to use a slow-mo in this particular camera of the Samsung Galaxy F41. You get this particular feature. That in itself is a great deal, I must say. So the camera, yes, get this phone for your social media handles to take pictures of for your social media sharings. You want to take good, decent pictures in good source of light, go for this particular handset. It does shoot good pictures in that retrospect. Anyways, that's my introspect, that's my observation that I have found out. I don't know how this handset will held up, but having said that, I must say that this will not be my primary handset. My primary handset is actually coming soon. Stay subscribed for that video as well. I will do that unboxing video as well very soon. This will be my secondary handset. I'll use this particular handset to test Android apps that I will develop actually, and this will be my secondary handset at that point of time. Now, my final verdict. If you say to be brutally honest, I will say that I'm very happy. I'm super excited, and I am pretty much happy that I got this particular handset. The reason being, I got it for 8,500 rupees. But that's me. If you are going to purchase it for 15,500 rupees, I think the Super AMOLED screen, the 6,000 mAh battery, and obviously the super fast fingerprint sensors, and mind you, it has this facial unlock as well, and you can add two person's faces for facial unlock, and it works very fast. Of course, it works very fast. So and apart from that, a decent chipset of 9611, good cameras, I should say, decent cameras, good cameras also, you can say, good source of light, a good selfie camera as well. So in that point of time, you get good pictures for your social media handles and all. So in that respect, 15,500, maybe if I'm overcritical, a 14,000 rupees price tag should have justified this particular device. But then again, if you're looking for a non-Chinese brand, and obviously the brand value of Samsung, this is the handset to go for. I should say it's a very good option with the Samsung Galaxy F41 that Samsung has actually come up with. It's sold exclusively via Flipkart. I'll put the link to buy in the description as well. So that is my verdict, guys. It's a good phone, it's a good handset, it has good stuffs in all the departments, not the best but the good stuffs in all the department. With the obviously the display is the best one, I should say, with the Super AMOLED screen, and good cameras, excellent battery backup. So you can go for that. You can go for this particular Samsung Galaxy F41 if you are in this mid-range section. And as always, this will be it for this particular video. Stay subscribed to my channel, turn on that notification bell. Very soon much more tech updates are coming to this particular channel. That will be it, guys. Bye for now.